I ended up getting sentenced 26 years.
That's a lot of years.
I would like to tell you that they when they gave me the time, that I was stoic and I stood there and I took it in, but the truth is I cried like a baby, like a small child, like you've never seen anyone cry like this in your life. I was just, how did I get 26? What did I do to get 26 years? Like murderers, rapists. I've met guys that kidnapped guys that got 15.
26.
So, yeah,
Were you scared?
I mean, does the Pope wear a funny hat? Like, of course I was scared, terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, but I kept telling myself, they're going to reduce the sentence. They'll reduce it. They'll reduce it. They'll reduce it. Like, okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But it wasn't okay. I got moved to Coleman, the Coleman complex in Coleman, Florida, the Federal Correctional Coleman Complex in Coleman, Florida, which is the largest complex in the nation, federal complex in the nation. At that time, there was a camp, which was a female camp. There was a low security prison for men, a medium security prison, and 2 penitentiaries. And so I get moved to the medium. Now I'm moved to the medium, not because like that's where like real criminals go, right? Like I'm a soft white boy. Like I'm no danger to anybody. Like I hurt someone's feelings once, but other than that, I'm not a problem. I'm not going to be a problem. But if you have more than 20 years to serve, you have to go to a medium. So even though my security level said this guy should be in a camp, I had 20 years. So if you can't go to a camp till you have less than 10. So as soon as I am given 26 years and 26 years, they knock off 3, but you still have 3 years to get below 20. So they go to the medium. So I go to the medium and there are guys getting stabbed. The very first day, people are being stabbed. I get locked into, you go to my cell, meet my cellie. They scream lockdown. Somebody got stabbed in the rec yard. I remember I asked my cellie, which I met 20 minutes earlier. I was like, he's like, hey, we got to get in the cell. I was like, what's going on? Somebody got stabbed in the yard. And I go, somebody just got killed? And he goes, nah, they just stabbed him up a little bit. And I thought, you're in a place where they say stabbed him up a little bit. Like, you're not prepared for this, bro. You got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go to the medium. I'm there.
Like, what was the first day and night?
Remember, I already had been locked up in the county. And they're county jails where they call them they're U.S. Marshal, they're holdovers. But they're really county jails. They just keep you with the federal guys. So I'm not mixed in with like hobos and people like that. Like I'm mixed in with the federal people.
It already felt like a prison.
Yeah, it's a prison. I mean, it's jail, but it's a prison. And unless you've been locked up, you don't really know the difference. So it's a jail. Jails suck. Jails are much worse. The whole time I was locked up in the jails waiting to be sentenced, guys were like, I just want to get sentenced and go to prison, bro. And I was like, why does everybody keep saying that? Like, prison's worse than this, right? Like, I saw Shawshank. Like, it's horrible. And they're like, bro, prison, I can walk the rec yard. I could go to the movie room, watch movies. Right after count, for this 4:00 count, they count everybody at 4. So they are like, right after count, I'm going to go to commissary. Somebody's going to buy me an ice cream. I'm going to be eating an ice cream, walking on the rec yard the first day. Like, and I'm, it's been months and months and months that I've been locked up in this county jail. And I'm thinking, I want to go to prison. Like, that sounds nice. I'd like an ice cream.
Yeah, but there was a stabbing on the first day.
Yeah, everybody kept telling me I was going to go to a camp. You're going to go to a camp. You're going to go to a low.
I see.
And honestly, I was very quickly, I was walking on the rec yard. I was, so I was at the medium. I got there. It's a real prison with the doors, bam, and they can open the little tray thing and feed you out of the tray. And there's a stainless steel toilet and sink, and they have that in the county too. But it's exactly what you think of prison as being.
But it feels like a fundamentally different experience when it's 26 years and the door locks and
yeah. So I have a cellie, but I'm also, they sent me to a prison where tons of guys have 30, 40, 50 years, life sentences. There's gangsters there. There's murderers. There's serial killers. There's, really bad guys. There's, there's guys that are, trying to take advantage of guys, right?
Yeah, like sexually?
Yeah. But by the time I got there, I'd heard all the, how you can get yourself in trouble. How you can, like, don't go in somebody else's cell. You don't know the guy. You're not 100% sure. Do not go in his cell. Don't even go near his cell. Don't go into places where people can close a door behind you or they can trap you in an area. Don't, there's all these things that I've been told not to do.
Again, for sexual reasons.
Right. Because I'm a small guy in prison.
Yeah. Attractive white dude.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's all bad.
Well, it's good in the outside world, but bad in the prison.
My fear was there make me shave my head to make sure that the mop wig fits correctly. Yeah. But there's certain things that I always hate to say this, but I mean, this is the simplest way to say it, is that if you get stabbed in prison, you had it coming. You did something. Like, they're not running around just stabbing people. You did something. And the things that get you hurt is you argue over the TV, what channel you want to watch. You got 50, 80 guys watching one TV. Don't argue about it. Like, it's not worth it. Borrowing things and not returning them, that's a problem. Running up debts, that's a big problem. Gambling, gossiping. Those are the problems. Those things get you hurt. Not being polite. Be respectful. I'm super respectful.